Today we have with us Dr. Subramanian Swamy, former cabinet minister and senior BJP leader with us. Dr. Swamy, welcome to our show.
Thank you.
Let's start with National Herald case. So finally you have succeeded in getting summons issued against Sonia and Rahul Gandhi. But the point is the Congress party is saying that it's purely politically motivated and an act of revengeful witch hunt. They say that it was their duty to help the National Herald and the 700 odd employees. So how would you react to that?
Well, first of all, you see, the Supreme Court has a number of times said that when a complaint is made, the motive of the complainant cannot be gone into. Just the facts which are presented before the court must be gone into. Now, this is an insult to the court to say that I wanted to take revenge against Sonia Gandhi and therefore I went to court and got summons issued. Is it possible? I mean, it's a contempt of court. It shows how the low regard the Congress party has for court system in our country. And this is a case which I started actually when the UPA was in power, 1.5 years ago. Now, during that period, it never occurred to them that that they should do something. They never turned up in court when I argued the whole matter of prima facie evidence. Now they have been found guilty of prima facie guilty of fraud, cheating, conspiracy. So they have to answer that.
Abhishek Manu Singhvi says that he will legally demolish your case. So what are the main points? I mean, why do you
heard
believe?
all these children in schools talking like this, Where is the legal demolition? Ask him to come before IndiaTV and have a debate with me. I'll finish him.
Just for our audience, what are the main points in this case?
The main
that
point
goes
is
against?
this. You start from the last step. There was a company set up called Young Indian Private Limited Company. They are making a big thing that it is a non-profit Section 25 company. So what? Who is the owner of the company? The owner of the company is 76% mother and daughter, son. Each has 38%. Okay. Tomorrow the company is wound up, the assets of the company will be distributed in that proportion. Second, all the expenses of travel, listing, programs, whichever they want, it is out of the company funds. So let's forget about all these idiotic answers that this is non-profit. Non-profit company cannot, tomorrow I cannot say Humayun's tomb is nearby. Then I am formed a non-profit company and I am going to take over Humayun's tomb. How can you take it over? So now,
yeah, please go ahead.
So now what I am saying is that let's go from the last step. A company which had only set up with 5 lakh rupees and no assets whatsoever. In fact, its office was in 10 Janpath, which is itself illegal, has come to acquire between 2,000 crores and 5,000 crores worth of property. In Delhi, Bahadur Shah Zafar Marg, in Bombay, where they have built a multi-storied luxury apartment, in Bhopal, where they built a mall, in Indore, where they got a huge mall come residential complex, and then in Lucknow or Patna, then near Chandigarh there's one place which where you play cricket and all that there's a stadium
Mohali?
No, it's just nearby, and Panchkula. Their property, all this has come. Now, how can a 5 lakh company come to own 2,000 crores worth of property? Start with that.
So, do you find any merit in when they say that this is primarily because they find emotionally attached to National Herald and to save?
All right. Now, this argument was given when Congress gave 90 crores to National Herald to wipe out the debt. But what did the press statement say? In order for the National Herald to resume publication of newspapers, publishing of National Herald, we are giving this loan because of our emotional attachment. But what happened in the end? that company has been absorbed, digested by Young Indian, which has in its memorandum of objectives, memorandums of association, clearly states publishing is not part. We sent an email, one of our friends sent an email to Rahul Gandhi, he confirmed no publishing. So they have killed the National Herald. So this is a very strange way to show love for National Herald, by killing it.
Okay, so you have also said that the business transaction that Congress has entered into is illegal.
That is a separate issue, that's income tax issue. That is not in the court.
Okay, but on that, coming to that issue, why you believe that your own government is not taking any action? Should they take any action on that? If it's so illegal and there's a case.
Now I've been told after my letter,
okay,
that they are taking action.
Okay. Achha, Dr. Swamy, people say that your hatred for Nehru Gandhi family is well known. So can you just let me know, and it goes to the time when Indira Gandhi was there and you had raised the issue of Sonia Gandhi being an insurance agent, yeah. And Indira Gandhi was forced to intervene in that.
And agree.
And agreed, right. So,
see, I have not made a false charge.
Yeah, we know that. So, what is the reason behind this hatred for Sonia Gandhi? Can you just give him the background and what makes you so, turn against Sonia Gandhi?
Well, you started by saying Nehru family. Actually, Rajiv Gandhi and I were such good friends that we had an alliance, Janata Party and Congress.
Yeah, I would have come to that later on,
yeah,
but it's good that you
and I made Chandrasekhar Prime Minister.
Yeah, I know that.
And I defended Rajiv Gandhi on IPKF to Sri Lanka, to Maldives.
Correct.
I was almost like a brother to him. Okay? Whenever we used to sit in Parliament, we used to sit together. So, it is wrong to say that I have a hatred for the family.
Right.
I
said the perception is
I have
there,
no perception, that is easy in our country.
Okay.
They don't want you to go into the merits of the argument. So they say, "Arey, uska to dushmani hai." You see? Okay. So what I am saying is that as far as Sonia Gandhi is concerned, I have no hatred, I have contempt for her. That is true.
Still, there was a time when you were also on good terms with Sonia Gandhi. That the
there was yes. It was not. I would say that we did business together to bring down the BJP government, NDA government.
So where does the relationship stand today?
I have serious doubts about her involvement in Rajiv Gandhi's assassination. I am shocked that she wrote a letter to the president saying that the 4 people whom the Supreme Court should be hanged, she wrote a letter that should not be hanged. I am shocked by the fact that she gave scholarship through the Indira Gandhi Open University to Nalini. I am shocked by the fact that she enabled her daughter, born after they were arrested, to London to study medicine and resettle her in Australia. And I am shocked that she sent Priyanka to speak to her. So I have, when I found that she had told Sheila Dikshit to give one plot of land near the airport for the LTT to build a memorial, a building, 4-story building, which I got demolished, thanks to Mr. V.K. Kapoor, who used to be the Lieutenant General in those days. He, I must say, took a courageous step and demolished that building.
But this is a very serious charge you are making.
Then what do you want me? You want me to make non-serious charges?
No, but do you have substantive proof
Oh,
to
really?
prove
You are the Supreme Court, is
No,
it?
I'm not
that you
saying
are
that.
asking serious proof. I produce proofs on National Herald. You wait till I go to court on the other issue. I am supposed to produce proof for you.
No,
Who are
obviously
you?
not.
Obviously,
For
you have no
audience,
conception of what is proof.
Okay.
How can I tell you?
Okay, agreed.
You go by my record that I have never been wrong.
Okay. So, sir, coming to Rahul Gandhi and
Yes.
his leadership, so how do you rate Rahul Gandhi after his failure? And also there's a related question,
Rahul Gandhi and leadership, they are contradictory terms.
but still he led the Congress party election.
He was nominated. He is not a leader in the country. People have not accepted him. He's a Buddha.
Okay, he has failed, and then there is a section of the Congress party which is clamoring for Priyanka Gandhi. So, do you believe that Priyanka would be in a position
Nehru
to make
family
any
is
turnaround?
over. There is no hope for Congress with Nehru family. They have to find somebody who can stand on his own feet. They may not be able to. It may take 20 years.
So do you believe that Priyanka Gandhi would also not be able to
Who's
make
Priyanka
anything
Gandhi,
wrong?
may I ask you? You mean the wife of that Vadra? Then how are you calling her
no,
Priyanka
yeah.
Gandhi? Call her Priyanka Vadra,
Okay, agreed.
which is what is there in the certificate.
Narendra Modi, while campaigning in 2014 general elections, made some serious allegations
Yeah.
against Robert Vadra. Now he is in power, but we have not heard anything
You ask him?
against Robert Vadra.
You ask him?
Sir, you are a member of the BJP.
So what? Yeah,
And also
I
Vasundhara-
didn't make those charges in the elections at all.
So were those allegations mere part of poll rhetoric or
How can I know? You ask Mr. Narendra Modi. Don't ask me. Whenever I make a charge, I'm not a shoot and scoot man. I go and file a court case. Now, Mr. Modi must have made some arrangements for that. I do not know what those arrangements are.
what can you just explain?
I can't say. He might have asked the CBI, please look at it, prepare the files. I don't know.
And there were charges in Rajasthan as well, and Vasundhara
Yeah,
government
she has
also.
registered a case. She's registered a case with Karti Chidambaram.
Coming to this Gopal Subramanian case,
Yes.
Do you believe that the stand that the government has taken is in the interest of the judicial system in the country? Because there are two questions. Do you believe that Gopal Subramanian is definitely not suitable to be a judge in the Supreme Court? And also, does it bode well for the judicial system in this country? There are two questions.
If you ask me a question, should Mr. Gopal Subramanian be the judge of the Supreme Court? My answer is no. Is my reason the same as the reason given in leaks to the newspaper? Answer is no. I have a different reason. My reason is that he filed an affidavit as Solicitor General and defended it till I forced him to withdraw it. And that was that Ram was a mythical character and that Ram Setu was not a man-made bridge but a natural formation. On that ground itself, I had told him at that stage, you are morally unfit person.
But his point is that
Yes.
because the role he played in Sohrabuddin case that also involved Amit Shah, that's why he is being targeted by the government.
All right, that means the others all played sycophantic roles or what? That is Rohington and the other two High Court judges, you mean they were chamchas of the government? What a thing to say. I am saying, in my case, that I opposed his appointment on the grounds that he filed an affidavit which hurt the sentiments of the 80% of India who are Hindus. There was a widespread protest. They were forced to withdraw it. And then he was removed from that case in the Supreme Court, where my petition on the Ram Setu matter. So I was opposed to that. Now, they gave some reason about his 2G and all, I know nothing about it. Neera Radia and all, I know nothing about it. Is he a competent person? Yes. Very, very competent person. Is he a good man? Yes, he's a good man. But he has a character flaw. I make a distinction between personal character and national character. We need both. Personal character, Manmohan Singh had. Gopal Subramanian has. But both of them did not have national character.
Okay. Agreed. Let's come to Narendra Modi government's performance. So Narendra Modi had promised a lot in elections, but there is a section of people which believes that the kind of decisions that this government has taken in the very first month, is something that goes against the promises that he had made. For example, the rail fare hike, this steep hike. So do you believe that it was avoidable? And do you foresee any negative impact in upcoming assembly elections?
But see, as far as railways is concerned, I have already made it clear to him also, and I have made it in my tweets also, that yes, railway requires a lot of funds, because it has been brought to a breaking point. But there are other ways of collecting those funds, and not by raising passenger fares.
So you disagree with the government?
I disagree with the government in raising resources for railways through raising fares. But I am in favor of the government finding other ways of raising resources for.
So have you communicated this to Mr. Modi?
I have.
And did you get any positive?
I don't need to. He and I meet often, so it doesn't matter. What he says to me, I will not tell you.
Sure. But do you believe that there will be any impact on upcoming assembly elections? Because you have elections in Maharashtra, Haryana, Jharkhand, and possibly Delhi as well.
No, we will win all of them.
You're sure?
Absolutely sure. People are fed up with the corruption of, and now with this National Herald case, people have got faith that corruption will be fought.
I will come to another point that is very important for you, and you are known for that. That is the concept of Hindu Rashtra. So, for our audience, can you please explain what do you mean by Hindu Rashtra?
Yeah.
And how will it be different from a secular India?
Okay.
What is the differentiation?
First of all, I'll have to define what is secularism. I don't know whether you know the definition.
Sir, please, will you tell my audience?
Anyway, see, this election is a amalgam of three issues. One was Narendra Modi's governance record. People were convinced this man can rule the country. And that was a big plus for us because the other side was a Buddha. You know, he had no match. So people went all for Modi. Modi, big difference Modi made. Two was the fight against corruption which I led. People got convinced, yes, these people can remove corruption. And particularly since there was none of my opponents could say anything more than is a hatred, is this. They can't find a single thing, where they can say this man is corrupt for this reason or something. Same thing with Modi. Not a single charge they could bring against him on corruption. So people felt that, if these people can't find, then these people must be honest. There were support for BJP as a party of honest people and would fight corruption. The third is the cadre of the BJP, which had gone to sleep after 2004, after 6 years of secularism of NDA. They suddenly got fired up that Modi means Hindutva, RSS chief Mohan Bhagwat putting the entire weight. So Hindutva was the third factor. All three factors are important. You cannot just do governance and expect people to support you. Because our thing consists of those Hindus who feel that we have got a raw deal. Hindus have got a raw deal. There is a large number of Hindus, and it's growing every day. And it's come particularly in the educated young people. Okay. Now, you come back to your question of Hindu Rashtra. Hindu Rashtra does not mean only a Hindu can be Prime Minister. Hindu Rashtra does not mean that only Hindus can occupy public office. That is Muslim Rashtra, Christian Rashtra. But Hindu Rashtra, never. Buddhist Rashtra also, they said only Buddhists can be. But all through history, even Shivaji, who spoke of Hindu Rashtra, his commander-in-chief was a Muslim. Do you know that? So, we have, and then when we liberated in 1857, when he hoisted the flag in Red Fort, we made Bahadur Shah Zafar as the emperor, and he appointed a Hindu as Prime Minister. Right. So, as far as if your secularism is that the church and the state, that's the original definition, to be separate, then we have already done that throughout history. And no Hindu will ever say only a Hindu can hold public office. Okay, number one. Number two, the Hindu concept of secularism is Sarva Dharma Samabhava. Means that all religions lead to God. So we show extra respect to all religions. Throughout history, the Jews came, we looked after them. The Parsis came, we looked after them. The Arab Muslims came, we looked after them in Kerala. But will the Muslim say that all religions lead to God? He'll never say that. Never say that. He'll say, no, if you don't believe in Islam, you're a kafir. You're fit for either conversion or killing. Christians, they say you're pagan if you're not a Christian. The devil has got your soul. You have to be saved. And in extreme forms, in the crusade and all, they used to kill also. So, only religion in the world which has practiced Sarva Dharma Samabhava is Hinduism.
So my question is, how would this Hindu Rashtra be different from the secular India that we have today?
Today,
yeah,
we will teach Sanskrit, We will teach them the correct history of India. We will say that all Hindus are one, that Varna is not birth-based, it is discipline and duty-based.
You had also written an article in DNA that,
Yeah.
for which Harvard had also dropped your course.
Courses,
Yeah.
yes.
So, and you had said that those Muslims.
But my courses had nothing to do with it.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was in economics.
I was just giving I don't know, that's a separate issue because it was not connected,
It
but
was
that
not
was the
Harvard,
reason.
it was the faculty by majority vote.
Okay, right. So you had written that article in which you had said that those Muslims who do not accept Hindu ancestry should not be given the right to vote.
Yeah.
Do you still stand by that?
Yeah, because it is drawn out of the partition of India. India was one country, there was no country called Pakistan. So the British had to create a legal entity called Pakistan. So they had introduced a bill in Parliament which was called the Indian Independence Act of 1947. It was passed in June 1947 after a big debate. In the debate they said that there are Muslims who say we have no connection with Hindus except that we ruled over them. We don't want to live with them. And we cannot abandon them. It is our job to give them protection. So we will partition India into two countries, India and Pakistan. Okay. So those Muslims who said they had no connection with Hindus, did not want to live with Hindus, for them partition was created. So therefore those Hindus the Muslims, those Muslims who wanted to live separately, we gave them. But those Muslims who stayed on were people who are willing to accept that they are willing to live with Hindus, they have connections with Hindus. And what is that connection? The scientific study on DNA, published in the University of Cambridge, Journal of Genetics, in Houston, in Mysore University. All these DNA studies show that the Hindu DNA and the Muslim DNA is the same. So what does it mean? That our ancestors are the same. And if you don't want to identify with Hindus, Pakistan is there for you.
Okay, since you are also supposed to be an authority on foreign relations, so what is happening in the Middle East, especially the ISIS and the way they are marching ahead with vengeance, and according to some media reports, they have the vision of an Islamic state that stretches up to Gujarat.
Yeah.
So how serious is that from Indian perspective?
Serious enough for us to prepare for war. We will have a war.
War with whom?
With the Islamic Caliphate that will be set up very soon.
So
which will include Pakistan, which will include Afghanistan.
So what should the government of India do? Because it's a very
Start
serious...
preparing, send troops to Afghanistan.
So you want Indian government...
Make friends with Iran, because they are Shias, because these are all Sunnis.
So you want government of India to send troops to Afghanistan?
Iraq? Iraq also, yes, to save our people. And I am happy to see that today we have sent a warship to Iraq.
Okay, and you want India to send troops to
Afghanistan?
To
Afghanistan, we must send about 200,000 troops.
Because once these Americans would leave, there is a fear that the
There is no fear, certainty the Taliban will take it over. Americans will hand it over to Taliban and go.
And they will also turn their focus towards Kashmir.
Naturally. What else they've got? Their appetite is jihad. And Kashmir is the obvious place.
So you believe we should be ready to...
ready to go to war. You don't start the war, they'll start it and finish it.
And a related question is, what according to you would be the solution for this Kashmir dispute? I mean, this is lingering for...
Military solution. There's no peaceful democratic solution. We have to disown Jawaharlal Nehru and say that he took this matter to the UN without the sanction of the cabinet, and therefore it's an illegal application. Withdraw the application from the UN and put Pakistan on notice, clear out.
But do you believe India has the military might to defeat Pakistan in an open war?
It can acquire the military might. We have the manpower for it.
But till the time we acquire that and the kind of proxy war...
How much time do you want? Have you studied the problem? No, I've studied the problem. 2 years.
So you believe in 2 years India can acquire the might to defeat Pakistan?
Might to defeat Pakistan. No, we can defeat Pakistan even today. But we have to neutralize China. And
but
that
then
will take 2
Pakistan
years.
is a nuclear weapons state.
So what? Let them use nuclear weapons. We'll use it on them. There will be no Pakistan left.
You believe India should go all out?
No, I'm saying don't start the war. They will start it. Finish it.
And once the war takes place, go
Then
all out.
go whole log. If you are afraid they're going to use their nuclear bombs, you use it first.
Okay. So how do you rate the foreign policy of Modi government? Because he invited Nawaz Sharif to the swearing in.
I still would invite them. Because in Pakistan, there are 4 governments. Nawaz Sharif is a civilian government. The civilians in civil society in Pakistan is dying for India's help. Because they know they'll all have to go to burqa and dadis. You see, once the Taliban takes over, no nightclubs, no partying, okay, no cinema, all that they know. So they are privately telling us that please, shake hands with us. So civil society is different. But there is ISI, there is military, there is mullah. 3 other governments.
So you are in favor of engagement with the civilian government?
Civilian, yeah. But not take them seriously. Because they can't deliver anything.
Then what is the point?
Call them. What is their chai peene mein kya problem?
Okay. Also coming to China, you are also in favor of normalization of relationships?
I started the normalization
Obviously, the
during
credit
the
goes to
Janata
you and
period.
also for the
Opening Kailash
Mansarovar. So how do you look at this Indo-China relationship? Because China is not willing to release its claim over Arunachal Pradesh. Although
we make
Mr.
them
Modi
release it.
Mr. Modi also is very bullish about Indo-China relationship, but how it will be solved? Because they have their designs on Arunachal.
One day China should announce that we recognize McMahon line. That's all.
So what is happening on that front?
Nothing is happening at the moment because you have to deal with China. They won't give you anything free.
So have you spoken to Sushma Swaraj on that? Because
Why should I speak to her?
At least, because
I
you
speak
have
to
played
Modi.
a role.
When I can speak to Modi, why should I speak to her?
Okay, I mean, it's a fair point, but see,
Of course. I mean, ultimately the master of foreign policy is the Prime Minister in our cabinet system.
so you believe that he will take it forward in relationship with
He
China? Will
is a
improve?
very clear person and I am fully confident of Modi.
Okay, so now coming to the budget that Mr. Jaitley will be presenting on 10th of July. What are your expectations? One, and second, I remember that everybody knows, I don't remember that you had proposed that this income tax
should be abolished. Yeah.
So have you spoken? Now it's a full-fledged, full majority government of Narendra Modi. He cannot say that allies are not in favor and this and that. So have you spoken to him about this?
No, there was a meeting in the party before we formed the government where I had proposed this. And Jaitley had not opposed it. So I assume that he will do it. I don't need to speak to him again.
So what are your major expectations? And will this budget take care of the underprivileged, or the nation should be ready for the bitter medicine that Mr. Modi had promised?
Actually I have not taken any interest in this because I'm an economist. And if I take interest, they will say, oh, Swamy ka aur Jaitley ka jhagda hai. I don't want to get into that. Let him present the budget. I will tell you after that.
So do you believe that the Indians should be ready for this bitter medicine? Or as you said, that there can be other means of generating revenue.
That the Prime Minister said. I didn't say.
But you have access to the Prime Minister.
I do accept the Prime Minister. I don't agree with Prime Minister that bitter medicine has to be administered. Somebody has misled him because he is not an economist. So he has to rely on some people. They might have misled him.
So I wanted to come to that point. You are saying that somebody might have misled Narendra Modi.
To say that bitter medicine will be applied.
Yeah, of course. So who are these people?
I don't know. Because he has not consulted me on the economic policy.
And this is another problematic area. Why is it that Narendra Modi is not taking services of an eminent person like Dr. Subramanian Swamy?
That only he can answer. I can't answer.
Because when you had merged your party, everybody thought that you will be part
yeah,
of the
and
government.
on Modi's recommendation.
Obviously. So everybody expected that if BJP forms the government, you will play an important role.
Yeah.
But what has happened that you are not in the government, you are not in the
Parliament.
highest decision-making body of the party.
Yes.
So why is it? Is
I
there a
don't know.
section in BJP that just feels threatened by you, or they have something against you?
I don't know. It doesn't alter my activities. I continue to do whatever.
And then you are on very good terms with Narendra Modi, as you said. So where is the disconnect?
I don't know. Frankly, don't know. This is only Modi can answer.
Final question that Dr. Subramanian Swamy that we know, I mean, who is so resourceful, you get all the information that others are not privy to.
Yes.
So can you tell me the secret of how Mr. Swamy manages all this?
Well, you see, it has built over many years, and I had some advantages. I was educated in Delhi.
Right. Hindu college.
Delhi Public School from class 1 to class 12. BA from Delhi, then I was IIT professor also.
Right.
I've been in Delhi for a very long time, so I know everybody. Second, my classmates ended up being secretaries.
Okay.
My father was already a secretary. My father-in-law was an ICS man. So there's a huge network that, people automatically. But most important of all, I have never betrayed anybody for giving me information. And I have tried to help people. Somebody has a problem here, somebody has a problem there. I've tried to help people. So basically their confidence is, you come and give Swami, he'll take that information, he won't betray you, but he will act on it. This whole 2G was Raja's secretary came here and gave it to
So
me.
all those people, corrupt people, are now very afraid of Dr. Subramanian Swamy.
I know, they're afraid of everywhere, not only in other parties, but in my party also.
So the kind of connection you have, don't you think you would have been a better journalist with all the information? Did you ever explore that?
You want me to leave politics? I think you
No.
will be a friend of Sonia Gandhi.
No, definitely not. But I believe that you could have made all those breaking stories.
Well, I could have. If I'd been
And
a
I'm very sure
professor,
you
I would
must
have
have the
been a Nobel
information
laureate.
that even journalists are not very
No,
privy.
if I'd been a professor, I would have got Nobel laureate in economics. I was the joint author of the world's most famous paper on the theory of index numbers with Paul Samuelson. And he himself declared that Swami will get Nobel Prize if he writes 2 more such articles. So, but I gave it up. I came to this country, suffered for it because I joined Jansangh. Big mistake, people thought. But I wanted to join because I wanted to bring about Hindu Renaissance.
Thank you very much, Mr. Swamy.
Okay,
Thank you
bye.
very much, my
Bye.
pleasure.